My name is Rowan Haddich, a name that has fallen from great renown over the course of just one generation. More specifically, it took just one night for the Haddich name to become one of infamy, shrouded in shame and disgrace. One cold-blooded, murderous act of violence, committed some years even before my birth, has hung over my family like a dense, suffocating fog, a thick, late summer heat that one cannot escape, even with the setting of the sun. Sierzo is the only home I've known, founded and settled by just 5 families, young and old alike, looking for a better future, with my own grandfather blazing their trail. The others looked to him for leadership and guidance. His vast knowledge of the land had made him the de facto head of the tribe, without question or objection. His survival instincts were second to none, unmatched by any explorer before or since. For my grandfather had grown up on the trail, part of a nomadic clan, moving from region to region. He knew firsthand the bitter cold of the Chersonese winter, the scorching heat of the endless Abrasar desert, and the dark, deadly waters of the marsh. Arai had not put forth anything that he had not faced and overcome, for he was a mighty hunter, bold in battle and courageous of heart. As a young boy, my eyes would dance over his tattered journals as he wrote of harrowing encounters and perilous journeys. My young heart would pound within my chest as I read one horrifying description after another of the vicious beast that he slew. Although references to it were quite rare and vague at best within my grandfather's writings, there were rumblings among those who knew him that he had amassed great wealth during the course of his travels. He was thought by some to have recovered unique and ancient relics of immense value that, if sold to the right buyers, would have granted him and my grandmother a life surpassing those of highest royalty in terms of luxury and opulence. But having no interest in such a superficial, fleeting existence, he never did turn over the legendary discoveries. Their whereabouts remained unknown, much to the chagrin of his covetous wife. My grandmother pleaded with him as a coward pleads for his life at the gallows, but to no avail. With every denial, her resentment towards him grew into a monstrous demon within her, taking hold of every fiber, until it drove her to do the unimaginable. Her deranged mind had led her to believe that only by threatening her husband's life would he then divulge the immeasurably valuable information. The details of the events that unfolded on that bitter cold night are unclear, though my father, then only a youth, was stirred awake and led to inquire of the commotion, only to find the still bodies of his parents, the blood-stained sheets barely made visible by the flickering candlelight. Gurgled breath could still be heard faintly from my grandfather's lungs.
They are gifts for the one whom they are meant. They serve a far greater purpose. The time has not yet come.
My father's account of this was told to me in vulnerable times, in bits and pieces, and only as detailed as was suitable for my young mind. The whole of the tribe was devastated by the crime. Those closest to my grandmother knew that she had gone mad, and a heavy blood price was placed upon our family, with my father as the only capable earner until I became strong enough to guide a harpoon. Though he feigned gratefulness for my meager contributions, I would often wake at night to the sound of his footsteps pacing back and forth along the lighthouse floor, muttering to himself nervously. For the demands that came with the blood price were high, and my father's talents were minimal. He was not the hunter that my grandfather was, and after several brutal years of scraping by to make the incessant payments, it all became too much. As I entered adolescence, I came to realize that my father was crumbling under the weight of the debt. Ultimatums were given to him by the new leaders of our tribe, and the stress drove him to the bottle. He resorted to thievery within our own village, robbing from those who once counted him a close friend. His misconduct was found out soon enough, and he was alienated from the tribe. All of this was kept from me until his eventual exile from Sierzo. I have not seen my father since. I was placed in the care of the Argenson brothers, who had lost both their parents in a devastating rock slide the year before. Izan was the elder, well into his 20s, and served as a mentor to me. He was an excellent hunter, and he knew his way around the Chersonese. He taught me how to wield a sword. He was there, walking me through my first hyena kill. In those few formative years, I had stepped into manhood, but my family's blood price had risen up to meet me. Our tribal system was flawed. I hadn't come to that conclusion until the debt had fallen squarely upon my shoulders. By my 17th year, the tribe had lifted the grace period that was instituted after my father's departure, and it became clear to me early on that I wasn't going to be able to stay ahead of the perpetual payments that were required of me. I was a village boy at heart, and although Izan had taught me what he could, I wasn't prepared, physically or mentally, to face the outside world. Hyena hides and a few predator bones weren't going to bring in the silver that I would need to make a life worth living. I needed a miracle. Faced with this reality, I jumped at the proposition of joining Izan on a voyage in search of wealth. After 4 long months, we had only recovered enough valuables to fill one decent-sized chest, and even then, the spoils would have to be divided amongst the whole crew. Over 100 days of exploration, and nothing to show for it. I sat in the hole, head in my hands, despair creeping into my soul. For the first time, I was sympathetic to my father's misdeeds. My moral compass began to veer from due north as I watched the rest of the crew sleeping around me. I fingered the dulled edge of the shiv dagger in my coat pocket. Then I felt the soft, tattered corner of grandfather's ancient parchment. A torn page from one of his oldest journals, from the days of his youth, before Sierzo. The familiar handwriting was severely faded, but the last few sentences looked as though they had been freshly written, each letter a shining star in the night sky.
Mother took her very last breath earlier. My eyes are still blurred with tears as I write. Disease has taken most everyone in the camp. There's nothing left for me now. Mother was the anchor I was tied to, and this morning that rope was severed. Geppetto has been wanting to leave, but feels we would have better odds if we traveled together. I know I am not meant to stay here and die. I know there is something more for us beyond the horizon. My mind is made up. Tonight we set outward.
My heavy eyelids drooped as I imagined a new beginning. I was taken by sleep in a matter of seconds. Everyone in the boat's hull was jerked awake and thrown forward as the sounds of splintering wood and rushing water filled my ears. My eyes had opened only enough to take in a few seconds of the destruction before unconsciousness overtook me.
Where am I? Haddich? Haddich. Rest in peace, friend. Benson? He's gone. I was never keen on him, but I never would have wanted this. I'm lucky to be alive. I must search for survivors. Oh, my leg. This torch will help me. Though the sun is rising, I am so cold. Oh, Clement. I hope I'm not the only one. Oh, wild berries. The kind I used to eat as a kid. I need to get something in my stomach. I'm not familiar with this island, though the shrubbery, it looks native to my hometown. The hull of the ship. It looks as though a camp's been set up. I need to approach carefully. Who knows who could have found it? I need to drop this torch and make my way over. Oh, please, a lot be someone I know. Izan, thank a lot.
Good to see you. One piece.
You'll catch a cold if you wander around without any clothes.
Here, wear them.
Thanks, friend. What happened out there?
I never saw the light in the storm. I felt like we were close. I was right.
We're not far from home. You can see the lighthouse from here, can't you?
Any other survivors?
Well, Ito, of course. He's already gone to get help.
He's a Kazite. He was born on a ship.
Well, I'm gonna search for others.
Good. We gotta make sure everyone's accounted for. Once you finish your search.
Go ahead and sleep in one of the extra bedrolls.
I will. I just feel like we can't leave anyone behind.
No, we shan't.
Poor Francine. Far too young to die. We wouldn't let her come along, despite her passionate pleas. She was a young, adventurous spirit. Full 2 days after our departure, she came out from where she had been hiding, asking frantically for some food and water. We all had a big laugh watching her devour a quarter of our larder. Oh, that we could have that day back. Return her safely to her family. There's a few things I could use here. Not least of which is the silver. Oh, please, a lot. That I might find someone. Portions of this island look familiar. I vaguely remember traveling with Izan and Roland when we were children to this place. Those were better memories than this. I gotta keep feeling my stomach. I have to find some water. My throat is dry. What's this? Oh, Baker. Baker and the machete he could never part with. He won't have much use for this now. Hyenas. I see him in the distance. And I don't want to face them, but I must search. Oh, some fresh water. What's this? A mining pick. No need for that. I feel I must approach the hyenas. I cannot leave any stone unturned. There's one. The hollowed trunk. A dagger similar to the one I lost on the ship. A cooking pot. Some decent clothes. This is all useful. Is there something there at the base of that tree? Oh, no. No. Unrecognizable. I know she's one of ours, but... You brutal beasts. Izan! 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 Izan, help! Back, you beasts! Get back! Izan! Izan! Oh, my own lighthouse. Izan must have pulled me out of there. Oh, my own bed. I must sleep more. Oh, how will I face everyone? The demands that will be placed upon me when I walk out that door. I must get fresh water, though. I must face them. Surely the whole town is in grief, in mourning. They won't demand much of me. At least not yet. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, great.
Rise and shine, Trog spawn. You think you can nip off for 4 months and not pay what you owe the tribe?
Well, no, that...
A blood price is sacred. You can't just shrug off that responsibility.
No, I understand that.
If I don't see the money from you by the time I count to 10, you'll regret you ever came home.
Please, please. I mean to pay it back.
Yeah, you were on that ship too, weren't you? How many lives must your family be responsible for destroying before enough is enough?
I lost a daughter on that voyage. I know.
If you can't make the payments you missed, we will seize your home!
Please. Please don't.
Enough of this! 12 people are dead. Stop this shameful behavior at once. To threaten someone like this while the lost lives are still fresh is an insult to their memory.
But, Chamber Lady Aberdeen...
I said that is enough! If you want to resume discussions after the mourning period, feel free. Oliel, see these people off, would you?
You heard, Mother. Away with you, or I will personally see to it that you get double shifts of guard duty.
I'm sorry that was the first thing you woke up to. Please forgive them. Many of them have lost family and are not thinking straight.
No, I get it. I'm as frustrated as they. My life's become tethered to this debt. It owns me.
If I could do more, I would. The most I can do for you is declare a mourning period and buy you a little time. That gives you a few days to pay back the money. Either gather the money or earn a tribal favor, and they won't be able to touch you. Once you can make the payment, come see me. Please find a way to make it work.
Rissa, I'm gonna need more time. It usually takes me 2 months to get 150 silver.
A dozen people lost their lives in that shipwreck, leaving grieving kin behind. Their need outweighs yours.
And my soul is burdened with those that lost their lives.
You must find a way to pay what is owed to the tribe. The last thing I want is to confiscate your home.
All I can think to do is head outside the walls. Sierzo has provided me safety, but it can't provide me with that kind of silver.
That does seem like your most effective option, dangerous as it is.
If I don't return within 5 days, you'll know what happened to me.
Never forget, no one is an orphan in Sierzo. Do not hesitate to ask the rest of the tribe for survival advice.
Yeah, well, I've got a lot to learn.
If you can do a great deed for someone in Sierzo, we will owe you a tribal favor.
A great deed?
Once you're ready to leave Sierzo, speak with Burak, the gate warden.
Burak considers me a child. He'll think it's a joke that I want to go out.
Remember, you only have a few days. May your ancestors watch over you.
And may it be only my grandfather. Oliel, it's so good to see you.
I'm glad you survived the wreck.
I'm not sure I share your sentiments. That beautiful sword, where'd you get it?
Rufus commissioned it for me as a going-away present.
I was going to leave for the holy mission of Alat this morning before Mother could stop me.
But with the shipwreck, it wouldn't be right to leave so soon.
Oliel, Rissa has big plans for you. She's not likely to let you leave without a fight.
I know. Risa has already promised me that she and I will be having a long talk.
Well, if you do end up leaving, know that I'll miss you. I'll miss you very much. We've grown up together.
I know. I'll miss you and Izan too. But this is the path I choose to walk.
I know, and I admire you for having that kind of courage to step out on your own.
Farewell, my friend.
Goodbye. I've always loved Oliel, even when we were kids. She may never know. I need to get supplies for the journey. Enough for at least 5 days' worth. I'll take a few things in here. It may get cold on the road. Take these animal hides. I can take as much fabric as I can handle. I can always make bandages out of things, clothing and such. In fact, while I'm here, I'll make a few bandages now out of this tattered attire. These boots I also don't have a need for. I just tie this cloth together. Makes a sufficient bandage. I better gather all the food that I have. I hate to say it, but who knows if I'm coming back. This jam's been sitting here for the last 4 months, but it still smells good. I've had this recipe lying around for a while. I guess I better read it. Mix rainbow trout, seaweed, and salt to taste in a big pot. Simple enough. I must grab my bedroll. I crafted this thing when I was 10. And it smells like it. This lantern too, I need to take it. I have a feeling the road ahead is a dark one. I've got some clothing upstairs that I can take. Can never have too much cloth to make bandages. I'll be back. I should probably gather as many berries as I can fit. I remember my father used to get odd jobs from some of the villagers in town. I should check in with some of them, see if they've got anything for me. Maxwell, good morning. Hey, Rowan. I'm glad you made it. Doran? Rowan, it's been quite some time.
Is there something you need?
I'm just curious if you have anything for me. Anything to earn silver.
Can you help with this?
A ledger to Berg. You'll be paid, of course. I've never left my home region, but I guess it's time I must.
Excellent.
Just follow the road east to Enmerker. You can't miss it. I'm also wondering if you have a larger backpack for me. Yes, that'll do. And I know the bitter tea gives you energy on the road. I learned that much from my father. I'll take one of those. You don't have enough silver for it. Alright, well, I'll have to let go of the tea. Unless I can find anything to barter with. Alright, so long, Doran. Alright, good. Let's adjust this backpack to size. Yes, it fits well. I can carry a whole lot more with this thing. And it has a serviceable hook for the lantern to hang from. Perfect. Good day, John. You looking for a hand? No, that's okay. Alright. Hello, Helmy. Anything I could help with?
Hey there.
I'm running low on crystal powder. You need an alchemy kit, some mana stones?
Is the plan.
I'm sorry, Helmy. I don't have an alchemy kit. I don't have access to one. I don't think I'm going to be able to help you. Is there anything else you need? No.
See ya.
A hatchet. I don't think this belongs to anyone in particular. I can sell it to Stan.
Greetings, friend.
Greetings, Stan. I've got a hatchet. How much will you give me? 4 silver. Thank you. Oh, a spice beetle. I know these are used in a beneficial tea. I just need to figure out which one. As a young boy, I would often see these beetles brewing in water. But it couldn't be as simple as that. A full water pouch. Excellent. I could have sworn I left my fishing harpoon down this way. Wow, right where I left it. The people in this village are honorable. For 4 months I was gone and no one touched it. I am a decent fisherman. Better than my father, at least. Izan, how you feeling?
I wish I could greet you with a smile, but, well...
How you holding up?
Yesterday I was leading our most ambitious expedition in a decade. Now, all that's left is this wreck, and a tribe in mourning.
Yeah, well, such is the way of the world.
Aye, and we can either bow to it, or rise against it.
Was everything from the voyage lost?
I know it wasn't much, but...
Unfortunately, yes. What little we could salvage from the wreck has gone to the families of my drowned men.
Yeah, that's the least we could do. I can't imagine how they all must be feeling. Those goods could never replace their loss, but hopefully it'll help soften the blow.
Kind as ever. Your parents would be proud.
Oh, Izan, my parents wouldn't even care.
The blood price on your head is disgusting. You weren't even born when that tragedy happened.
I feel like I can't break away from it. It's gripping me. I can't escape it. I don't have a choice.
Of course you do. Just because a choice is hard doesn't mean you can't take it.
I guess so.
I'm sorry I don't have better news. Best of luck with squaring things with Risa in the short term.
Yeah, any advice you could give on that? Getting some silver?
Actually, I do have a small stash of goods I hid in case of disaster.
It's at the old shipwreck down south. Remember, the moon commands the stars.
Remember, you're not just a link in a chain. You're worth more than the blood in your veins.
You've always had my back, Izan. That's more than I can say for most in this village. An old machete. Carla, this machete, is it yours?
Oh, no, feel free.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Steuben. Any luck today?
They're not biting on my bait. They're not biting the bait.
I've got a salmon I can give you. As fresh as can be.
Bless you, Rowan.
Let's see, what's in this pile? An old tattered hood, that'll protect me from the sun at least. And the clothes. I can always use more clothes. I could always use more fabric. Make them into bandages. How does it look out there, Ernst?
The sea is a wild thing, always changing.
I know it well. Good morning, Carl.
Greetings, friend.
I had a bit of luck fishing right now. I collected some blue sand I think you might be interested in. Also the iron scraps. Are they of any use to you?
Well, yes, I could use them in a few things.
Alright. Thanks, Carl.
Farewell, my friend.
Roland, what are you up to? What are you doing over here?
Oh, what brings you here? How's my brother doing?
Well, he's alive. It's more than most could say after last night.
Yeah, shame about the shipwreck. Accidents like this happen all the time.
Yeah, well, Izan was saying the lighthouse wasn't lit. Do you know who was on duty?
Not a clue. It wasn't me, though, that's for sure.
Alright, well, Izan's trying to salvage what's left of the wreck. He could probably use your help.
I don't think he wants my help. Ugh, this is the worst day I've had in forever.
Now hang in there, Roland. Talk to your brother. I can go see if Arago needs any help. Maybe I can earn silver from him.
Can I help you?
Actually, I'm hoping I can help you. Any odd jobs you've got for me?
Can you lend me a hand?
The Sierzo ceviche, the kind your parents used to make.
Oh yes, rainbow trout, seaweed, salt, in a great big pot.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, I'll do my best to track down those ingredients and make some for you.
Is there anything else you need?
I'm wondering if you have any useful recipes I could learn. I'm heading out into the wild and I just feel like I need to be better prepared.
Well, I've got a few. I've got a bit of spicy tea. It helps with energy. Valuable in the wild.
Yes, I think I might get it. I know it's ochre spice beetle and water, but it's got to be something else.
Steep whole ochre spice beetle in hot water. That is all it is. Wasted 25 silver. Ito, glad you made it out.
Amber, my friend.
I'm going to be going out into the wild. I've never really known what kind of training you provide. Have a look. Maybe when I have more silver, I'll come back to you. I can't quite afford these yet. Yes, come back. You need to be fit for the wild. Part of me feels like an outcast here. The looks that I get from some people. The tragedy that hangs over my family. Sticks with me wherever I go. There are some recipes here for some makeshift leather gear. Let's have a look. It looks like you just combine simple clothing with animal hides. Same thing with the hat and the boots. Any sort of hat, any sort of boots combined with animal hide. So we've got a solid surface here. Looks like we can make some leather attire. Alright, great. That wasn't too bad. Let's try it on. I love the look and feel of it. A little tight in the shoulders, but it should do. These other clothes, I believe I'm gonna make some more bandages. I've got some cloth here that I can turn into bandages. Let me tear apart these clothes. There we go. Now I can make more bandages and put them in a spot that's easily accessible. Now I feel better prepared. Let's see if I can acquire a better blade. Loudhammer's known me since my birth. He was the one who delivered me, believe it or not.
What can I do for you?
I'm wondering if you have any sharper blades than this.
All right.
You do, but I don't think I can justify giving away my last coin.
We'll come back when you have more silver.
Okay, Birak. Please don't laugh at me. I'm not a child anymore.
Need something?
Well, I'm heading outside.
Well, you got the essentials at least. Here, I'll teach you a skill.
With the blade that you've got in your own hand. Pay attention. Put your legs into it. Good. Again, get more of your weight into it, your whole body. Stop dilly-dallying. Excellent.
There you go. Mastering skills is the key to survival out in the wild.
Thank you, Birak. It's much appreciated. I already feel more prepared.
All right. I feel comfortable letting you outside the walls. Use the door when you want to head out.
Sometimes it's nice to leave the village. I can't help but think that everyone views me in a certain light, simply because of my name. They're instantly drawn back to that night before I was born, and that guilt that should have been squarely placed upon my grandmother's shoulders has been spread out and passed down to each one of her descendants. and I find myself as the only remaining one, with my father exiled. There's a hyena on that bluff. I may be able to get some bones from it. If I can sneak behind it. Easy, easy. Go! Come on. I've got you now. I'll have to bandage up. What can I salvage from you? Some fresh meat and a decent hide. I need to move on. I need to find things of greater value than that. Izan's right about my blood price. It's disgusting. I never realized it as a kid growing up. Everything's fun and games, but now that the brunt of it has been placed upon me, I see it for what it is, completely unfair. I can use this rock as a crafting bench. I've got the hide from the hyena. I've got this tattered hood. I can make some more makeshift leather gear. Good. Alright, there we go. Leather hat, let's try it on. I keep making these things too tight. Gotta keep that in mind for the future. Oh, this was a better workbench. A supply cache. Got some of these tripwire traps. I've used these before. A few iron spikes, good. I can certainly make use of those. I can get a good lay of the land from here. I see a couple bandits in the distance. I better not go that way. A pearl bird. They usually provide some good fresh meat. Alright. Here we go. Come here, little fella. Ow. Oh. Nasty little bugger. Ouch. He got me right in the hip. That long beak. Bandage up. These wooden arches were built by the troglodytes that live nearby. I've never been in the cave, but I know of those who have. My father tried to go in once, and he came out bloodied and punished. Ah, man. Each stride I take, a jolting pain rushes down my leg. I'll have to think twice about getting into another scrap with a pearl bird. Darkness is beginning to fall. Better light my lantern. And it's time to think about a place to camp when the time comes. I'll gather from this crab eye bush. I see a lot of spice beetles here. A pistol shrimp. Oh man. I wouldn't usually attack it, but I'm desperate. I'm desperate for something valuable. I've heard rumors that you can find jewels within the husk. Easy. now. It ain't your time to die, my friend. This world has some use for you yet. Oh, where am I? I'm right outside the gates. Who was that? Whoever it was, they left a note. Some sort of a drink. I gave you a hand when you were in need. Now do the same for those you come across. Jep. This homemade brew smells like it has healing properties. Yes, feeling better already. Who would be out here looking out for me? Did he single me out? He said this world has use for me yet. Does he know something I don't? It's a mystery that I must know. I'm tempted to go back inside, but I can't come back empty-handed. Gotta find something out here. I better make haste. Pearlbird. Never again. At least not for a while. Oh, but where to go? All I know of is a couple fishing spots that occasionally yield blue sand. That's where that pistol shrimp was. I'm in no shape to take one of those down. There's always the mountain. Though I've never known anyone who's been inside, I've read my grandfather's writings. The surging hum of the mana, the cavernous center, filled with the shimmering purple stone. Oh, what a sight it must be. I hear footsteps. Who's there? Please, I mean no harm. Please, ow! I can't outrun them. I've gotta face them. Jep! Izan! I'm in too deep. I've never killed a man, and I don't want this to be the night that I do. But I don't have a choice. So much pain. Oh, they've taken me somewhere. It must be their hideout. They've stripped me of everything. I need to get my things back. Oh, this shirt has a foul stench. Strange that they would leave this iron mace with me. I don't much know how to wield it, but it's something. I need to be careful. I don't want to be seen. Not in this condition. Oh, my throat. It's parched. What's in this pile? Oh, fresh water. Thank a lot. Some food. My appetite's gone. I'll save the food for when it comes back. What's out there? They're bandits for sure. Yep. The Montcalm tribe. Always an enemy to Sierzo. I can't be seen. They've got bows. They'll put me down in a heartbeat. What have they done with my bag? I must find it. Is it in this pile of junk? Oh no, but there's some decent jerky. Some clothing I can make bandages from. The pain still racks my body. Careful now. I've gotta tread lightly. Maybe inside here. Oh, please don't be a bandit. Nothing. It's ominously quiet around here. Maybe it's in that structure. I wonder if I can peer through the window. Oh, bandit. Run. He heard me, but he doesn't see me. Wait. My bag. There it is. I must get to the entrance of this tent. No. He had to have seen me. Ah! Oh! Ah! Grandfather? I know I am not meant to stay here and die. I know there is something more for us beyond the horizon. My mind is made up. Tonight we set outward. Young Rowan, the time has come. There's nothing for you in Sierzo any longer. You need to set outward. It's time for you to step into who you were always meant to be. Grandfather? Back here. I must get my bag. I must get my things and get out. I've never seen my grandfather's face before, but that dream was so vivid. It's like he was there, right beside me. I must take great care not to be seen. I don't stand a chance in another battle. Oh, they're guarding that tent. There's another one there. Here he comes, he's coming. He's walking the other way. This is my chance. My window of opportunity. I must make the most of it. A clear path. Oh, my bag. It's It's empty though, I need my things. I stored it in the chest. And now, the escape. I desperately need to get back to town. I can't survive another hour out here. They've got people on patrol. I can't let my guard down. I need to move as quietly as possible. I'm parched. I need to make a run for it. He never saw me. I'm in the clear. That vision of my grandfather, it's like he was speaking directly to me. Pressure plate trap. He's right. What is left for me in Sierzo? Oliel is leaving. Izan's care for me is no longer needed. I'm stepping into manhood now. Why should I be plagued by something that I've never done? Why should I take the punishment for my grandmother's trespasses? Wicked deeds are the responsibility of the one who commits them. I do not need to wear them like a badge of shame around my neck. The world is much bigger than Sierzo. The shining stars in the night sky tell me that. The moon sees the whole of Arai, every last inch of this land. A myriad of lives out there, a myriad of stories. This existence cannot be forced upon me. My grandfather told me to step into who I was always meant to be. What does this mean? What is my story? What is there for me? What am I to do? Where am I to go? Oh, grandfather, lead me on. Tell me where to step. The gates that I've seen so many times before. I may not see them nearly as often now. The old stone that the founding families engraved their names upon. I've traced these names with my finger so many times as a boy. Joel Aberdeen, Klein Argenson, Marcus Loudhammer, O.C. Turnbull. I slowly traced my finger through each letter of my grandfather's name. Zorn Haddich.